Good morning. It's Sean Allen, your productivity coach in the San Diego North Inland Market Center. I hope you're doing well. All right, quick tutorial how to set up a search for your clients. Once you've logged into Sandicor, you can see we're here. I want you to go to search, and we'll go to search residential. Now, there's a number of ways you can define your searches. A popular one is to go here to the map function, open that up, and you can see yourself on a map here. You can scroll north, south, east, west. You can zoom in and out, no problem. So once you've identified where you want to be on the map, say for instance you want to be in, well, this would be North Sabre Springs right here, north of Poway Road, Sabre Springs. So what I'm going to do is use the polygon feature and draw a shape around the area that I want to search. You can also use the circle tool, of course. That would just give you a radius. There's a mile out, there's a half mile out. Any one of those would work. If that's not working, you just simply clear that over here. Boom, just like that. All right, polygon tool. I'm going to go ahead and draw a shape around. Actually, that gets into scripts a little bit, but we'll go with it. Go all the way down here. See how I'm just drawing a shape around there. You can be as big as you want, or if you wanted to be, say, like I happen to know that this is a condo complex over here, we would just simply draw around that. In fact, I think I'll do that just to keep it simple for us. Just get all the condos over here. So say your client wants to be in that area. And then what you want to do is go ahead and save that or add that to the criteria. So that is now a part of your search criteria in here. Now then we want to go through and check the other ones. We want to make sure that the residential style. We want to do all, say we want to do all of the condos. So we'll pick all of the attached. And I just usually fill all those in because the information is only as good as the agent inputting it. I want to make sure I've covered all my bases. So these are all the attached types of homes that they could be. If somebody mislabeled something, then you know it, you at least have it. Go ahead and save that. Zip code and area we're not worried about because we're only using that map feature. So that's obviously a specific area. If you didn't want to use that mapping feature, you could open it up to a zip code at large, but we're not going to do that. So just know that. Market area, I don't generally use market area. You can, however. It goes beyond zip code and goes more regional. So North County Inland, Metro, etc. Next thing I do is I go down to price. And again, we want to start generic and then work our way up. Let me back up. Status. If we're just looking for actives, we'll look at all the actives. Say we're doing a CMA, we also want to know values as well. So we'll click on pending and sold. Save that as our criteria. Close of escrow date. I don't like going beyond 6 months back. In this market, 90 days is usually good. However, I like to go 6 months back because I like to see trends. I like to see what's going on. So already, if we didn't do anything else, in that area, attached homes, active, back on the market, contingent, pending, and sold, up to 6 months back, we have 17 in that area. Now, if they had specific price considerations, they didn't want to be more than 350, we could do that. And you could see that it goes from 17 to 3. So let's say we go up to 500. Well, that includes everything in there. and you can play with that. If they had a minimum value, that would be fine too. These are condos though, so say we just want to get an idea of what's in there. I won't even put in a price. Let's just see what's going on. Again, same for the bedroom criteria. If they had to have a 3 bedroom, the minimum would be 3, and we can see that, okay, wow, all of a sudden that's gone down from 17 to 4. Again, we just want to take a look. I want you to get comfortable utilizing these features. The more specific you get with any one of these criteria, the more limited your search is. I like to start general and then work my way down. Sometimes a client will say, gosh, I really only want, I need to have 3 bedrooms. Well, if we put in 3 bedrooms and it's not a 3 bedroom, that's not going to show up. Or if it's not input by the agent, the listing agent, as a 3 bedroom, it won't show up. However, sometimes there may be a mistake, or there may be a room or a space that's not traditionally or necessarily able to be called a bedroom. However, it may work for your client. So it's not a big deal to show this stuff online or in a search and let them rule it out. It's much easier to do that than to limit them. Now, especially in this market for buyers, it's a very challenging market. Not very much inventory. We want to give them every option possible. So as you can see, I've got very, very limited criteria in here. I've got area, type of home, actives, pending, sold, and really that's it. 6 months back. So let's do the search. You would click on the search, and there you go. This is what pops up. Now you can see right off the bat, there's one active property in that area. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pending properties. So, boy, month's inventory absorption rate on that is really, really low. Look at that. This one's been on the market for a month. These ones have all been on 3, 8, 10, 45, 28. So they've been less than a month. So something's going on. I would say on this one, I'm not sure what. I'd have to dig into it. And then of course you've got your sold properties, and that would go up to 6 months back. If we needed to change something, come up here, and that brings this back. Let's say we just wanted to see 90 days back. What's going on? Okay. So there's been quite a bit of activity just in the past 90 days. So we lost a couple of solds based on that because there's still 14 properties. So that's how you would set that up. Okay. Now you could save this, save the search as, and then name your search. And now keep in mind, I would say this is Sabre Springs South condos, or I would say it's, I know as a matter of fact, it's either Savannah Terrace and La Cresta condos. You can save it however you want. So then what you would do is you would save that, and it would be a saved property search. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, how are we going to add this to a contact? What are we going to do about that? Well, we're going to have to go up here. Go up here and click on contacts, and you want to add a contact. So it comes to the contact information. This is we'll call this Bob Buyer test subject. That's what we'll call that. And we'll put in the home email. Be sure to mark that as their primary. Now, you see how it did that? You had to kind of click it twice. Let's go back here and see what happens. Okay. Well, it's not going to let me do it. That's all right. Try SeanAllen@gmail.com. Okay, that one is now our primary. I'm going to make sure that is clicked. There's also the check mark, and the radio button is checked. Okay. Now, again, I keep it real minimalist. You can fill in as much information as you want to. Your notes on there, what type of contact it is, their phone numbers. That's all well and good. Okay. Now, if there's a spouse or a partner or somebody else buying the property with them, you would want to include their name. Mary Buyer, and then that email, other email at gmail.com. Here's the important thing is that you want to make sure you add that email to the notification so both parties are getting the emails. In this instance, we're not going to do that. Okay? All right, so for you've added this contact in there, you've filled in all this information that you feel is appropriate, and then you simply want to save it. Save. There, you've saved it. Okay? There he is. There's all that information. Now look over here. I want you to get comfortable with this dashboard information. Okay? Or this contact information. You can see all this stuff going on here. Here's the important one. Search activity. Click on that plus. Now we want to add a search. So you click on add a search. Now you can do a couple of things. You can load an existing saved search. Remember what we did a little bit ago? We saved that search. Or if you already have those searches saved, you could add a new saved search. I'm sorry, if you want to add a new search, this is what you're going to do. Just like the process we went through, going to be residential. It's going to bring you to this field. You're going to go ahead and go through the same process and then save that search. Okay? We're not going to do that. We're going to load an existing search. Now you can see I've got a number of searches in here. For instance, I've got condos in Savannah Terrace. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I'll save that search. There you go. Now Bob Buyer now has Savannah Terrace condos saved in his search. Okay? Now we go to notification options right here. Right now it says it's off. Basically two things that you can do. One, just set them up for email notification. Now it's not very interactive. It's just going to send them an email at the prescribed interval, whether you set it up daily, weekly, monthly, however you set it up. I like the client connect with auto notify. That's going to give them an opportunity to interact, give you notes, things like that on those. So you can see that it says right here the client has not accessed the site. If you were to click on this refresh, it would refresh that criteria. So it would erase all of the client activity, or at least the accessing information before that point. It would clear that, so moving forward you would know how many times they accessed it the next time you checked. Click on this and it will take you to your property search. Site configuration. We want to send notifications. So here we go. Notification settings. Click on that. If you want to customize the message body, you can. I just leave the default. Notification date range, so it's going to be from, it looks like it's going to go for a year. Triggers that are going to start a notification for the client. Price change, new match, comment. You can add to that if you want to, or take away. So if there's a status change in one of the properties, if one of them happens to be on open house, I'll do status change, because that can let them know how quickly things are going. If it goes from active to pending or back to active, they'll know. Now the scheduling, it can be immediately, or we can do it on a recurring process. I like recurring. Set the time frame. You can do it daily, weekly, or monthly. Quite simple. I generally like to do it weekly, and then you can select every week. I want it to go out, say, on Monday and Thursday. And here's the time that it goes out. I just leave it 6 a.m. so it's there in the morning, and you okay that. So the time frame is set for that. If you want other recipients to receive that, there you go. Agent notifications, you're going to get notified immediately, and here's your email address in there, and then you would just click OK. There you go. Setup is complete. Once your setup is complete, send the link button to send the client connect link to your contact. I want you to set this up for yourself so you see what the client experience is like. So you will send that link. If you want to, thank you, Sean. Or it was Bob, I guess. Thank you, Bob. Here is your home search information. There you go. And then you would send that. And it will give them instructions to log in. Not a problem. There you go. That's what that's going to look like. And that's going to go out regularly. You can view the site and see what it is they're looking at. That's how they're going to see it. And that's it. If you want to remove the search, then this is what you would do. Go up here and remove the search. Remove from contact. There you go. Just like that. And then you can go back in and add another search. If you want to remove that contact, then you would view manage your contacts. Oh, this tab already exists, so contacts. There we go. So here's your contacts. If you wanted to delete a contact or change a contact, for instance, you would do that from there. Okay, that's the down and dirty on how to do a quick search and then set that up for your client. Let me know if that's been helpful. Give me some feedback so we can get you dialed in and moving forward. So good luck out there. Be productive. Experiment with this a little bit, and we'll see you next week. Take care.